Hey guys, thanks very much indeed, and my name is Alessio. In this video, we're going to discuss an important question which almost everybody is asking. Will Bitcoin ever be able to go above 20,000, the previous high we made, and when? When could it happen? When could Bitcoin eventually go above that level? And as we know, just to give you some context, we know that Bitcoin has dropped from the peaks near 20,000 in December of 2017, down nearly 85% to its previous lows just back a few months ago, about last month almost, near the 3,000 level. So the bottom line is this. Now, there are many people out there saying, you know what, Bitcoin, there's many pessimistic people out there who think that it's over for Bitcoin, that Bitcoin is going to go to zero. Let me just say, I'm not one of those people. I think that is ludicrous and ridiculous. And there are some people who are saying, you know what, Bitcoin is going to go straight up, all the way up above 20,000 very quickly and probably go to 100 or $1 million. Okay, again, I don't belong necessarily to that group either. But what I always say is, look, everyone has an opinion, but what does the market say? What is the market's opinion, right? So first of all, this is why I look at technical analysis. In case you're wondering, why do we look at charts? Why is technical analysis important? Well, let's take a look at this first chart. Let me just show you. Now, this chart is not of Bitcoin. This chart is the chart of XHB, the Home Builders ETF. The reason I'm showing you this chart is because this chart shows to you why technicals matter. You see, guys, the housing market crashed, we know, in the year 2008. Late 2007, 2008. But as you've seen from the movie The Big Short, if you haven't seen the movie The Big Short, then watch it. You'll know that professionals, the great traders of the world, they knew that the housing market was going to crash before it occurred. And if you look at the charts, just look at the price action on Home Builders ETF, this chart of XHP, you'll see that professionals, the insiders, were shorting, they were betting against the housing market way before the housing market crashed. So this is why we look at technicals, because it gives us advanced ideas, advanced clues as to what could happen in the future. So let's go now to the chart of Bitcoin. You'll see now, look, I'm looking at the chart of Bitcoin from 2013 all the way to 2017. Why? I want to look at how long did it take for Bitcoin to recover from its previous crash, the previous crash that occurred in the year 2013 and 14. Now, we know Bitcoin already went through a bear market in the year 2014. It took, as you can see from this chart, the last major crash that occurred in Bitcoin prior to the most recent one. So the crash that occurred from 2013 to 14 bottomed out in January 2015, eventually managed to recover, as you can see from this chart. Within 3.25 years, so 3.25 years, Bitcoin managed to recover and exceed its previous highs. So as we can see, by the year 2000 and by early 2017, within 3.25 years, Bitcoin managed to recover and make new highs after its previous crash and top in the year 2013. So if we project, by the way, one important thing I want to bring to your attention in this chart is notice that as shown to you by the green arrow shows to you that Bitcoin went into a bull market when it went above the 21 weekly average and stayed above the weekly average. So pay attention to the 21 weekly average is a good indication of a bull market. Let's go now to the next chart. So I've basically drawn here what looks like an idealized path for what could happen to Bitcoin. Now, again, these are based on some assumptions, but essentially, if Bitcoin follows a similar path as it did the previous crash, again, let's say Bitcoin, it manages to make new highs within the same time period as before. Again, we're using the price of Bitcoin as a measure. So within 3.25 years from the previous high of 2017, that means we could potentially make new highs by the year 2021. I've shown two lines here, one green, one magenta. Or purple. The green line shows to us what could happen if, for example, Bitcoin makes a low around about 3,000 and bottoms around the price of 3,000 or 3,100. If we stay about the current levels, it's possible or it's probable we could argue that by early 2021, we could make new highs. The magenta line shows what could happen if Bitcoin makes further successive lows. Let's say Bitcoin continues to go down to, let's say, 2,000 or just below 2,000 and then bottoms out. Bottom line is this, guys. I expect the bottom in Bitcoin. I think bottom in Bitcoin could be achieved in the middle or by the second half, I think, of this year, 2019. And I think if that happens, and if Bitcoin goes above its weekly 21 EMA and stays above it, as I showed you, we could make new highs by the middle to the beginning of 2021. Let me know, guys, your opinion. Let me have your comments below this video, and let me know what you think. Thanks very much indeed. Bye for now.